Greetings and welcome, everyone. It's AllYouCanGeek Moviecast, episode 323. I'm one of your hosts, Jim Gass, joined by Corey Feinsod.
I am one with the Force.
And the Force is with me.
Oh, that's supposed to be Tony's line, but you ruined it.
And
yeah, I was going to say that.
Tony Korkanakis, I'm sorry.
Did you know that wasn't me? That was my second favorite line in the movie.
Yeah. There's been, so welcome listeners and viewers to episode 323. Post Rogue One, adding some better weight to the Star Wars universe, I would say. We're going to have a full spoiler cast on Rogue One, listeners and viewers, so we're not going to give you any spoilers here, but we'll give you some quick impressions. And I would say that I really, the more I thought about it, the more I really liked that movie. I was a little disappointed with certain ways that it flowed, but in terms of like the way that they kind of rushed things along, I felt like they could have explored a couple more things in story-wise. But overall, I felt it was a very, very, very good movie. And as I was a little worried in the beginning because of how different it was going to be from a Star Wars.
We're just going to jump into this right now?
Yeah.
All right, so non-spoiler talk, of course.
Yeah.
So I totally agree with you. The pacing was very off in the first half of the movie because it's like, planet, 3 minutes of stuff.
Yeah,
Planet, 3 minutes of stuff. Planet. I'm like,
yeah.
Dude, like, you're not letting me, like, absorb any of it. It's just kind of like boom, 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 boom. And, like, it's all right to do that sporadically, but, like, it was literally one after the other, after the other, after the other. I'm like, got to take a breath here. Got to take a breath. Now, the one thing I will say, and it was kind of controversial, I know we talked about it on the podcast, I did not like that there was no crawl. It felt awkward.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that it even started with a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, like, my brain is just programmed to expect, and this stuff. And I'm just like, oh, this is awkward. This feels weird. It's just like, I don't know, like, I want to say it's like if you nut and like nothing comes out, you'd be like awkward. It'd be so awkward. It's just like, oh, that's unusual. So that's literally how it felt to me. So I don't know. I really wish they would change their stance on it. And it's kind of awkward to even think about why. Like they're like, oh, it's for the main movie. But I'm like, all these fucking other series get to do it. Like the video games have done it. Like
yeah, I mean,
the
it's a
cartoons have done it.
Of the series. I mean,
right. It's like
everything has.
Exactly. It's like. I don't know. It's the signature, obviously.
Yeah. This is a big screen adaptation of a story that we all know but want to see, and it makes sense to even kind of lay a groundwork. Hey, you haven't been in this time period in a while. Guess what?
Yep.
This is going down. So it was awkward, but they did have the station and the planet.
Yes,
they did do that.
The one thing Corey and I both said to each other right in the beginning, like, well, at least there's a spaceship. We're okay. Yeah. Because that was going to be weird. If they didn't start the movie with a spaceship, I was going to be completely out of my element.
Right, and that's the other thing is, too, is like, it's like they got 99% of it, but just that one thing. It's like, why'd
you cut the call?
Why not do it?
Yeah, right. I agree. I feel like it could have had that, and then it would have felt more part of the universe. It started off so weird that you're like, it gave you, like, it's a weird adjustment period.
If other media didn't have it, then that'd be fine. Yeah. If it was just an episode 1 through 6, 7 thing, then sure. Yeah. But it's because the TV show had it, the video games, like you mentioned, had it. It's because these other things have it that it makes it weird.
You expect it.
And now, do we expect the Han Solo film not to have it?
The side stories are not supposed to have it.
Yeah. So it's but.
That's
and especially that they're trying to tie it into like a central universe and everything like that. It just feels
well. That's the thing. Considering the amount of lore that gets like enhanced because of this movie, it was weird to not have it because it is such an integral part of the universe now. I mean, we got to keep the spoiler free. I cannot wait to talk about certain things on the spoiler cast. But like, I mean, there's just real quick kyber crystals. Talking about kyber crystals, which I think most Star Wars fans know about. But the fact that they're in this movie is awesome. Yeah. Because most like regular like just movie watchers don't really have any idea what those are. So us being fans get a little bit of a treat in that we get confirmation of what these things were. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, I mean overall, like I said, it started off weird, but like it really found its footing in the second half. It really did. In fact,
I would agree with that.
In fact, it really found its footing when a certain character returned onto the scene, keeping it as vague as possible. And it's not who everybody thinks. It was a character who may or may not be alive still, the actor. I thought that's when everything started to really come together.
Okay, I could see that.
Yeah. CG-wise,
I like the characters though.
CG-wise, they did a great job. I read online from a lot of critics they hated the CG. Like they're like, oh, you can tell when it's CG. I'm like, yes, but these characters are such an integral part of the story. You can't tell it without having them.
I think that the CG kind of stood out if you knew what to look for. Otherwise, everybody I talked to that didn't know anything about the CG characters, and even the android didn't look CG at all. I thought they did a great job of implementing CGI with practical effects, and they really blended well. And it was nice to go back to that period of time because it's been missed. I have to say.
There was some good stuff. So
I mean, every trilogy has been jumping to a different time period. So different generation per se. So. Yeah,
it was good though. I think overall, like I said, we really liked it. There's some better weight that it adds to the universe, including including episodes 1, 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and 6. So it does make things much better in that universe. So if you're like kind of hesitant to go see this in the theaters because maybe you didn't like Force Awakens, not only is this a different style Star Wars movie that you've never seen, but it's also, like I said, adds a bit more story and lore to the universe. That it's such a great compendium, added piece to it. It's great. It's got me more interested in the Han Solo movie or Han, however you want to say his name. Considering that was do you guys see the post I put on about the Honest trailers, where they were picking? They tried to make fun of Empire and they couldn't because it's the greatest movie of all time in their minds. So they said, well, at least in that, how about picking a way to say Han or Han? Because they say it different ways in that movie over and over again. So, but anyway, so having his side story coming up, maybe a Boba Fett story, makes it more. I'm more excited about those than I thought because Han Solo. That's not something I want them to. I'd rather them explore Obi-Wan.
Yeah,
but.
I actually would love to get the movie on Mandalorian. It's not necessarily Boba Fett.
Maybe not Boba Fett, but a Mandalorian movie would be cool. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like Sabine's a pretty cool character, and the history with her seems interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of funny you mention that because I hear, Easter egg. It's not really spoilers, but we do have a lot of Star Wars Rebels references and Easter eggs throughout the movie.
Yeah.
And some people are even speculating that. They might take Sabine out of Rebels to do something else with her.
She's a very popular character.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, and tying this in, Saul Guerra, who's one of the characters in this movie and from Clone Wars, is now going to make the jump to Rebels.
Yep.
So
that's where I was going to go.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't mean to steer your thunder there, but I thought it was a good time. I didn't want to miss it, the tie-in.
Right. Yeah. No, it's all canon now. So everything from these shows can get pulled up or pulled back. And it's interesting now that it's all going to be part of this universe that we're going to see in live action, cartoons, and even some of the comics and the novels.
Yeah.
So I mean, I would just say without again going into detail, I'd say I'd give it like an 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I was around an 8, not higher than that really. I wouldn't say 8.5. I would. I would go 8. I wouldn't go. I don't know if I'd go lower. I could see people giving 7.5 from pacing in the first half, but an 8 for me.
Yeah.
Corey?
Yeah, it's about the same. It's hard to argue that.
Yeah, I'll be seeing it again, so I'm going Thursday.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like a lot of people that I talk to like this a lot more than Awakens.
Yeah, well, the Awakens movie played it very close to
it's safe.
Very safe.
But I think that because of Awakens exists, this movie can succeed, and I think that it was a nice change of pace as well.
Right. Well, I think that's the thing that everybody didn't like The Force Awakens forgets. I mean, this franchise was not very popular after the episodes 1, 2, and 3 came out.
It was pretty dormant for a while.
Yeah. So Force Awakens rejuvenated it at least. Love it or hate the movie, it gave some life into Star Wars, and now it's like
it's kind of funny because the title is almost like a self-reflection of the series because like The Force Awakens, like we've been gone for like 10 years, bitches, we're back. Because I mean, really, like after episode 3, it's like you had the Clone Wars animated series, a handful of games that were ho-hum, like Lego Star Wars. Lego Star Wars was probably the best thing, since the Gap. So
yeah, definitely. Sorry, I'm just... All right, there we go. Loading up. So the box office, guys, let's move into that real quick while we're talking about this. It was number one, obviously. 155 million it brought in domestic. 290 worldwide, I believe.
Second biggest December domestic opening.
Yes.
Right?
Besides Force Awakens.
Right. Disney has now broken the record of the most I can't say profit, but what is that? Like earnings, not earnings, gross. 7 billion gross.
First studio to ever pass 7 billion.
So they have.
That's fucking insane.
In 1 year. In 1 year, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's insane.
Think about the money that is in 1 year. I think their stock did all right today, didn't it?
Yeah, a little bit.
But yeah, I mean, you know what's funny is when The Force Awakens came out last year, just talking straight Disney Studios, the way that investors looked from our side, we can talk about this, it didn't really go up much. Like, I was shocked about the fact that their value didn't go up. But it's almost like they just knew it. Like, it's a good base to build off of. As we just said, The Force Awakens built the base, and now now you expand.
Again, like we talk on the Gamecast, it rises on rumors and drops on news, because the thing is, investors are never going to be 100% happy, because look, it's breaking records other than the last Star Wars movie, and it's like, well, you could have done more. It's like, really? Like, fuck you. Get out of here. I mean, Apple stock hardly ever goes up after their earnings and stuff like that, because it's like, oh, we could have made more. Like, all right, it's dumb. Investors are dumb. No offense. You want everything, and just
All right. So let's see. Anything else for Star Wars we want to talk about? We did the box office. Like I said, 155. Moana at number 2 at 12.8. Office, Christmas Party, Collateral, and Fantastic Beasts are your top 5. So following up this week, I would assume that Assassin's Creed is not going to overthrow Rogue One.
Hell no. No way. No.
Not a chance in hell. No. So yeah, we're looking at I want to see what they're going to do with this movie projection, worldwide box office. 800 million, I think, is pretty accurate. What do you guys think?
This is tough.
You don't think so?
No, I think China's going to do really well, because you got Chinese actors in the main lines, but big screens.
That's the X factor here. If their presence in this movie boosts it up like it did for Transformers 4.
Well, you don't just have any actors. It's Donnie Yen.
No, I know.
That guy's fucking huge.
But that's going to be the performance of China is going to either make this movie go over $1 billion or not. That's it.
I see where you're going. You're going. I could be undershooting this. Okay, yeah.
You could. Yeah,
could be. They were cautiously optimistic at 150, so they brought in 155, which beats their cautious. I think 160 would have been cool, but hey, like you said, second biggest opening for December of all time, only behind their other movie. The only movie that I think is going to have a chance to beat even The Force Awakens would be Episode 8. And I don't even know if it does, because of that was more of the it's back effect, where this is what we've had Mike is unfortunately not in this podcast, so he'll be on the spoiler cast later, folks. But we've talked about it with Marvel and their movies, and how it just, while the movies are huge and they're good and they do a lot of money, to break that initial hype thing that they had for Avengers, it's just how do you do that? It's hard to.
The only thing I'd say that I think it's not going to do $1 billion. I definitely think it's not going to do $1 billion. But I'm in the more 800 range.
Mm-hmm. I think the 800 900 range is realistic.
I think 800 is where I think it tops out. Yeah. Just because this movie is not one of those movies that you go is so Force Awakens got this hopeful feel to it. You don't really get that same feeling in this movie.
Right. This is a heavy movie.
The ending.
It's a heavy movie.
It's like the Dark Knight effect. It's a great film, but it's not one of those things you're going to go see 5 times in the theater. And I think that's where people went to see Force Awakens.
I'm going to go see this twice.
A lot more. No, I know you are. I'm just saying, like, the general public.
The casuals.
This is not like the kind of movie you go see again because it was so much fun.
No, that's true. So let's see here. What do we have? All right, let's get some basic news. We'll get into what we've been up to. Not much really, but we talked about everything already during this whole thing. This has been a Star Wars podcast. So anybody watch anything? I mean, we're on a lot of breaks right now. So I don't know what's out. Anything?
Well, I've been trying to catch up on some stuff.
Luke Cage?
I did not Luke Cage. I did finish the Aliens versus Human, whatever that was called, Heroes versus Aliens or something. With the Legends of Tomorrow.
Oh, the Legends of Tomorrow. The crossover thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
They separate it in the CW app. It's called Heroes versus Aliens in the CW app. So it's its own thing.
Okay.
So I finished that, and wow, like that. I don't know. It just seems so
bad.
Such a wasted opportunity.
I feel like I said, I liked Flash's episode for the crossover, and I feel like the rest of it didn't quite maintain that level that I was. That's a good level.
So
they had a good level.
Coming from not watching any of these shows whatsoever, I didn't know who this Captain America Colossus mix guy was.
Yeah.
I didn't know who this other chick was, and so I was like, they meant nothing to me. I didn't know what happened to Snart even. Like, what happened to him?
I didn't know what happened to him either. So I was watching that. I'm like,
it's not even on there. So it's like there's nothing really there to make it interesting. So it was just the Barry and Oliver stuff that was interesting, and even that stuff was like didn't make any sense to me. And like at one point, they have Oliver go to Supergirl like, I don't trust you, so stay away from me. And like, why?
I don't know why you guys keep putting like time investment into this fucking series. Like,
I mean, what else am I gonna watch?
Anything.
I am watching.
Well, like I said, I gave it a shot.
I am watching other things.
Heroes versus Aliens thing is 3 episodes, Tony. So
that's a lot. That's one episode of Luke Cage you could have got through.
Oh, see now wait.
Yeah, but
I've watched Luke Cage. Okay, I've watched Luke Cage. Hell, I'm already halfway through Westworld season 1. I'm watching stuff, so I'm not missing out of anything.
How many games are you playing?
Final Fantasy 15 and Doom right now.
Yeah.
And I finished up 2 games last week. Yeah. I'm doing it. I'm doing nothing else.
Right.
I'm doing nothing else with my life right now. Apparently, I'm getting like 6 hours of sleep a night. I'm not doing too well with that, but I'm trying to get shit done. Like mix it up into my schedule before I leave for a cruise in 2 weeks.
In 2 weeks.
Yeah. So, anyways, so you watched the crossover. I am psyched, by the way. I forgot to mention this. The 100's coming back, and we got the teaser. That teaser, by the way, didn't quite make me hyped for that though. Did it?
What's coming back?
The 100.
The 100. Tony.
It's the 100. No, it's the 100, but it is. But it's the numerical 100. But anyway,
watch that, Tony. Get onto that to watch that, Tony.
Okay.
Keep hyping it up, man.
No! Whoa! All I said was watch it. I'm like, I didn't even say Jesus Christ is the best series of all time. I just said, Tony, you gotta watch that. That's all. I was
every week.
I knew that you were going to say this to me, so that's why I was very mellow when I said, Tony, watch that. You got to watch that.
I'm just saying. I don't want to get yelled at for some Mass Effect bullshit because this 100.
We came through on what the hell did we come through on recently? Oh, Rebels, Clone Wars.
Clone Wars, Rebels, sure.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
I mean, Star Wars though. It's
dude,
they find
that
their
reminds
way.
me. I am about to hang up finally the Ahsoka artwork. I picked.
Oh,
up.
good.
Yeah, I finally bought a frame for it today. Cheap, $10 over at Michael's. They had $10 frames. They're really, and it's a heavy frame. But I'm so psyched to get that artwork finally up there. But it looks amazing, like the artist said in the thing. So maybe I'll have it in my shot next week because I'm thinking about moving that Beck poster back there. I'm putting it there.
Yeah.
So, Ahsoka behind my bed. That's where I'm looking at. She's my girl. Nothing sexual about that. It's just
you're the one that wants her behind your bed.
I know. Nothing sexual about that. It's just one of my favorite characters of all time. So. Anyways, so what else? Tony, anything you watched?
Dragon Ball.
Dragon Ball. Now Super. I heard that show has gotten pretty weak the last few episodes.
Well, they're in between major arcs, so
it's a filler. Okay.
It depends on who you ask. The thing is, right? Like the thing is, it really depends on what you want. Like I don't know. I personally don't mind those episodes where like it comes down a bit because like you get episodes like when like Piccolo and Goku learn how to drive. It's like that's one of the funniest episodes. It's stupid, 100%. It's stupid, but it's funny, and it just gives more to the characters besides just training and power up.
Yeah.
So, like, the one episode, they had a Dr. Slump crossover with Arelli. He's, like, another android in a different series that Toriyama did. There was one episode of that. There was one episode where they played baseball. Because, that's a big Japanese thing. And Yamcha got to be an all-star in that because, I don't know, he plays baseball or something like that. And they actually, like, this is how meta Dragon Ball Super is. They actually reference that popular image of Yamcha getting bodied in the Saiyan arc.
Yeah.
When, like, he dies to the Cybermen. Like, they actually reference that because something happens to him and he gets basically in that same pose. And Goku goes, I feel like I've seen this before. It's just like, it's kind of like referencing that whole thing and stuff like that.
That's awesome.
But, yeah, that was pretty funny. It's good. And then... This most recent episode, you get to see one of the characters from the last tournament arc hit. So we're getting more backstory on him. So that's pretty cool,
Cool.
Just it is what it is. Other than that, Star Wars, and yeah, that's it.
Okay. I mean, I've been watching some Christmas stuff. I don't know about you guys. No? It's Christmas movies, guys. Jesus.
Die Hard?
No, not Die Hard. Although I am going to probably... Now, in Mike's defense, I probably will watch Die Hard. Probably put it on tonight. My whole thing was, when I think of Christmas movies, I just don't think of Die Hard. I think of March of the Wooden Soldiers, Laurel and Hardy's. I think of Elf. Miracle on 34th Street I just watched the other night, the 1947 one. I've watched a bunch of those. Mickey's Christmas Carol... I watched a whole bunch of Christmas movies this week actually, so a lot of those. I guess we do our recommendations as usual. The one movie you guys would recommend watching for Christmas?
Jingle All the Way.
That's a great one. That's a great one.
Where's my Turbo Man doll?
Oh, it's so bad. No, it's so bad. It's good. It's so bad.
It's so bad. It's good.
Yeah.
Drop the cookies.
You put it that way, yes. But like when you say that's a great one, like I think, it's quality film there.
No, I would recommend Christmas Vacation, Chevy Chase, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation. Classic. Yeah, that's the one I would recommend. Corey. Put you on the spot.
I like Family Man. I think is a pretty good Family Man. I think it's called. It's like a Scrooge type of take with Nicolas Cage and Tia Leone and Don Cheadle.
Wait, did you just give me shit for Jingle All the Way and nominate Nicolas Cage movie?
I'm just saying that Jingle All the Way is not a great... I didn't give you shit. I gave Jim shit for saying it's a great film. It's not a great film.
It's a great film.
Well, then
it's
you're
a
wrong.
Shitty film that's just,
It's fun to watch because it's so bad, but it's not a great film.
Yeah.
And Family Man's not a great film either. I'm just, put it on the spot. It's kind of it's a Scrooge reimagining.
Yeah.
But I think it's pretty good. I just wanted to mention though, I did watch Justice League Action.
Oh yeah. So how is that? I wanted to get into that.
I'm not a fan so far.
That's not good sound. One episode? 2 episodes.
It's like they split it into these different stories, and they're like 15 minutes each. But it's very, very kid friendly.
Oh God. Why? See, I don't understand this. Why do they go kid friendly with their animated series, but so dark with their movies? Like, what's?
I don't know. So far, I'm not a fan of it, but we'll see. Maybe it'll grow on you. But it's not what I wanted from the Justice League show that came back. I wanted more Unlimited. Like that's what I wanted. But this is kind of a mix of Unlimited and Teen Titans Go.
Yeah.
I hate Teen Titans Go. I'm sorry if anybody listening to it loves Teen Titans Go, but I think it's stupid. I wanted the old Teen Titans back.
There's an episode where they actually reference the fact that this one character rebooted them, and like it shows them footage of the old Teen Titans.
Oh, really?
So the Teen Titans have to like try to be better so they don't get like kicked off television. So they try to like, start like acting proper and stuff.
That's funny. I mean, I like that tongue-in-cheek humor, but I really would have preferred more of the original series.
Yeah, and like I said, it's not that it's bad right now. It's just that it's not what I want from this league, and that's so we'll have to give it some time. I think that it's just too kiddie right now for me.
You guys still play that Teen Titans?
Yeah,
Go.
I jump into it. Yeah, I jump into it on occasions. In fact, you know what's funny? The other night was I was playing Mario Run, and then I'm like, nah, I played like the first 3 levels. I'm not buying it, so I'm like, back to Teen Titans. I went right in the theater while I was waiting for the movie. So, but we'll get into that next episode. Our Games Cast coming up. I think that's actually going to wrap up the movie cast because we're going to do a Games Cast. We got a spoiler cast coming up, so you'll get some good content this week, as long as you've seen Rogue One. So if you have seen Rogue One, check out the spoiler cast coming up. If not, go see it and then listen to the podcast. I'll be seeing it a second time this week, so.
Nerd.
Yep, pretty much. All right, tune in to the next couple episodes, and then also tune in next week, listeners and viewers. Subscribe to us on YouTube at our channel, AllYouCanGeek.net. Follow us on Twitter at AllYouCanGeek. Like us on Facebook, and
rate us on iTunes.
So yeah, thank you. Thanks.